On December 2004, the third largest earthquake recorded in history hit under the Indian Ocean. The quake measured a whopping 9.3 on the Richter scale and had a span that was felt from the Indian Ocean to Bangladesh, India, Malaysia, Thailand, Sri Lanka. There were even reports that it was felt as far as Antarctica. However, the earthquake also unleashed another catastrophe. Just 2 hours after the earthquake hit, the most deadliest tsunami in history crashed on the coast of Thailand. The tsunami carried a massive punch. Scientists liken it to the force of having 5 megatons of TNT explode, making this the most massive tsunami recorded in history, decimating everything in its wake, killing 230,000 people, and displacing countless residents and tourists, including the Bennett family, who we will meet on this episode of Lost Cinema. The Impossible was released in 2012 and directed by Jk Bona as he masterfully crafts the true story of the Bennett family. Henry, played by Ewan Mcgregor, his wife Maria, played by Naomi Watts, who was also nominated for Best Actress and was wrongfully snubbed from her win. Guys, her performance in this film is unmatched and honestly the best of her career. And their 3 sons, Simon, Thomas, and the oldest Lucas, played by the then unknown Tom Holland. Now guys, honestly, yes, The Impossible has a simplistic seen it done it plot. We've all seen it before. However, what makes this film uniquely different is its direction. Instead of just another conventional sappy disaster movie, which could have been very easily done, Jk Bona takes the story and completely shifts it into something, making it something very real. The people feel real, the situation is realistic and horrific, and the whole dynamic can be a real punch to the gut with its emotional power, with some scenes that honestly can be hard to watch. But then the film also lifts you up. Now, this is a rather intense film, and we get a sense of what we're in for right away as the screen is black from the start, and we hear a growling, rumbling noise signifying the quake that we know is about to come. Then when the film goes from black to boom, we open over the Indian Ocean. As we still hear the rumbling, Jk Bona does a really neat trick here. He knows we know what's about to come and what's going to hit, and so he uses the subtle sound effect of just a rumbling noise to strap us in and prepare us for what's about to happen later. Then the rumbling noise we see was really from a passenger jet airliner flying into view, headed towards Thailand, carrying the Bennett family to their destination. Now, of course, we don't see the tsunami right away. Instead, Bayona lets us spend just the right amount of time with the family. And he establishes their family dynamic between the parents' bumpy marriage, the kids feeling that their father Henry just isn't really there for them. He puts work first. And Maria is trying to use this vacation to bring the family close together and hopefully repair the bumpy marriage. And we get a sense of all this in just a few scenes without it hitting us over the head with it or being too on the nose. Now, so the tsunami sequence itself is a masterpiece of filmmaking. The Bennett family are outside in the pool area when laughter turns into dead silence as they hear a loud rumbling noise headed their way. They are holding their breath with the eerie sound is quickly approaching them, and they look up and see trees crashing down. They have no idea what's about to hit them. The tsunami crashes into the resort, heading dead-eye towards them as if they are targeted by the tsunami itself. The crash of the wave hits with such power and intensity, you're holding your breath and on the edge of your seat during this scene. Now, Bayona chooses to switch between showing us this scene in wide shots with the destruction to POV shots to underwater shots, putting us, the viewer, straight in the thick of the disaster of what's happening on screen. And we feel it. We feel we are right there with them, struggling not to go under by the power of the current pulling them down. And there are also two outstanding shots in this film that has been etched in my mind ever since I saw it. One is a horrifically beautiful shot under the water looking up above, and the other is a wide shot showing the destruction. And both of these make you ponder, how in the world could anybody survive this? And after the chaos and devastation, the parents and children find themselves separated in different parts of what has turned into an almost post-apocalyptic landscape. And we follow them as they try to find each other and wonder if their loved ones are dead or injured. They wonder if they'll ever see them again. They wonder if they themselves will even make it out of this catastrophe. And guys, this is what The Impossible captures so well. Just the simple agony and terror of being separated from those you love and trying to find them in an impossible situation. We also see these people grow throughout the film. Ewan Mcgregor's character Henry, who is this bland, nice, but very self-sustaining guy who we meet in the beginning. He doesn't like help from others and he keeps his family life private. But after the devastation, we see Henry grow as a person. We witness this first at a low point of despair when Henry has to borrow someone else's mobile phone and calls his wife's father to tell him about the situation. This is another heart-wrenching scene as he becomes overwhelmed with grief and fear, and he sounds just as scared as his two sons are. While Maria is recuperating in a hospital from serious injuries sustained from the tsunami, Lucas notices other kids that are separated from their families, and he takes it upon himself to help reunite the kids with the parents and also help injured strangers as he waits for his mom in the hospital and the doctors. The Impossible is skillfully and masterfully directed in both technically and most importantly with the human condition in the forefront and in the mind. And even though the ending might, yes, be predictable, it is a true story, it's still a suspenseful film, but also one that is full of heart and meaning, and the ending really ties it all nicely together. The Impossible carries an intelligence with the simple idea of just trying to survive and overcome impossible odds in finding your loved ones, and is much more than just your average disaster film. And for all these reasons is why The Impossible enters a very well, high-earned, deserved spot on Lost Cinema, and it is one not to be missed. Well guys, that is our Lost Cinema review for The Impossible. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And if you have seen it, let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the film and if you agree with our review. I really enjoyed doing these Lost Cinema videos, and I think I'm going to be doing more and more of them. And as always guys, we'll see you in the future.